Okay, today I'm going to be going over with Elena how to set up email blast and text blast on Action Network. So maybe this video will make sense, maybe it won't, as you're just watching my screen, and I'm going to talk through it, and she's going to kind of do the same stuff on her screen. So yes, for email text blast, first thing you want to do is check and make sure nobody else started the project you're going to work on. So at this main currently managing group, respect no voters. A little bit lower, there's statistics, actions, emails, mobile messages. This is where you can see the existing of all of these things. So you can go to emails. Do you have a particular email we're starting with? We're trying to do today?
The Columbia invites for an afternoon in Columbia on June 29th.
Cool. If you get this, an error occurred, that just means it logged you out. Just refresh.
Okay.
It'll probably ask you to log. Oh, it worked. I'm saying some of this stuff for the video.
I get it.
Okay, emails. I can scroll down past the stats. So we've got KC Evening of Live Performances as the draft. I have this other thing. I'm actually going to hide that draft so it's out of the way. You can't delete a lot of stuff in Action Network, but you can hide. So looks like we don't have the thing that Elena's talking about. So is that in the June fundraiser calendar thing?
Yes.
Cool. So I'm going to go to the Everyone folder, into Departments, Fundraising Department. This is just where this particular email lives. Digital Fundraising. And I put it here at the top, the underscore, month of June and July fundraising communications. Plan out. So we're looking for June. Wait, what? Columbia email June 19th. Oh, that's today. Oh, okay.
That's tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Today's the 18th. Today's the 18th. Cool. Sender, Benjamin Singer. Audience, those in a 50-mile radius of the event. June 28th with Crystal Quaid in Springfield. You're invited. We got the text preview here. Looking good. Hi, first name, all this stuff. So just reading this. Oh, you know what? Okay, we're going to kind of... This is not good because this is so similar to another email that required a lot of formatting. I'm actually going to duplicate an existing one, the one that I sent before. So we may be skipping some steps here in this video, maybe trash. So we've got this June 26th with Crystal Quaid in Springfield.
Right.
And so we've got a couple buttons over here. We've got manage, we've got duplicate. We're going to hit duplicate.
Should we both
Oh, wait, no, don't both do it. I'm sorry. I should have let you do it. So,
but you should do it for the sake of the video.
I did it for the sake of the video. I'm going to just hit save and target over here.
I can just look over your shoulder and take notes.
Yeah, because I want to do this for the sake of the video.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can still walk through everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so writing. So fortunately, we have everything drafted over here. And let's just move this tab a little bit over to where I want it to be. There. Okay. So we can see subject. We got to fix that. June 28th with Crystal Quaid in Springfield. So wait, hang on. In Springfield?
In Columbia.
Columbia. So this is
Columbia,
this
so
is wrong. Okay. Cool. See, this is good. We're catching stuff. You guys also did a little copy and paste.
This is true.
From Benjamin Singer. And there is a way to do A/B testing. So if you want to try from two different people or two different subject lines, you can add like an additional one. Now it will test every combination. So if you had two subject lines and two senders, like froms, it's not going to pair the first of each together and the second of each together. It's actually going to do all four combinations. So just be aware of that. We've got a preview text loaded. You're invited to a special event with a local leader. With local leaders. So this is different.
Yes.
Slightly different. Reply to communications is usually a good default. Team at respectvoters.org is another one. These have to be registered ahead of time. So these would be the main ones. Communications at, and then we have team at But if you need one there, as this is the reply to. So somebody hits the reply button, where does that go?
Mhm.
So if you need one that's not in there, there's a way to add that. We're not going to go over that right now. Email wrapper, respect my voters basic, leave it. There is also a version without a banner too. So if for whatever reason you've got some image at the top and you just don't want the respect my voters banner at the top, we have a wrapper for that too. Okay, so now we've got actual body here, and I actually don't want to copy and paste the body. You could totally do that, but because this formatting, I was making it very special. I might just do one paragraph at a time. So the first thing here is this first name thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this will probably, if you've like drafted it ahead of time, it's probably going to be like formatted wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll want to like just delete it from whatever you drafted, and then you're going to put in there. You're just going to go to clips, and then we've got first name title case.
Okay.
It's a clip we can add, and like pay attention to your spacing and your commas. So like hi space, and then the curly bracket starts, and then immediately after the end of the curly bracket is the comma, right? So it's like it's only confined to that. Okay, I'd like you to join me and fellow supporters for a night in Springfield with Representative Crystal Quaid and Bob
Can you
Johnson.
really quickly just show again how you got to clips?
Yes, so it's just wherever your cursor is.
Mm-hmm.
If you just like hit clips and you click it, it's just gonna put it wherever the cursor is. Like
Okay.
it's like
Okay.
it's like selecting an emoji. Actually, that's like a good comparison. So all right, this first paragraph is different. I am gonna just copy and paste this. I'm gonna do it one paragraph at a time because, like I said, this has some extra special formatting that I want to keep, and I've really dialed in. Okay, so on June 28th, yep. I'm just gonna go through and just copy paste these. Normally you can do it all at once, and then I would go in and like adjust all the formatting because sometimes it doesn't translate super well. But when you're doing this duplicate, it's probably the same. Yeah, that's the same. Okay. And then this changed. Parliamentary politicians. Okay, now here comes the fun part. So, all right, here you can RSVP at insert link. We actually just put an RSVP button here, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
It's like formatted all nice. So I should show you how to make a button though. That's actually really important because there's like things. So there are kind of two options. We have a snippet. So this is different from a clip, but it also works like an emoji. So we have a single button snippet that you can use. Now that's formatted the same way as the donate button that comes at the bottom of the page wrapper. So there's a good reason to use that. And then you can click it and you can edit it and you can put in the link that you need and you can change the text on the button. I'm going to keep it as this other button that I made, and I just want to show how I do that. So I hit, it's just simple, if I'm not trying to get too crazy with the two color thing. More, insert button, and then just to style it our way, I changed the background color. I actually have our light blue saved. The hex code is 0BADD8. You can always find that in our brand guide, which I'll show here. If you go to the Everyone folder, you go to brand, and then it's in the style guide. It's the secondary blue right here, 0BADD8. So you know, you see that reference. Button text, I would say like RSVP. We're going to open link a new tab. I set this radius value to 8. That gives you nice rounded corners. And then the URL, this is the big deal. So we have to go get this URL and we got to make sure we have it right. So I'm going back to my main Respect Missouri Voters currently managing group thing. I go to these existing actions. And then we're doing what? An afternoon in Columbia benefiting Respect Missouri voters,
yes.
Right? So I'm going to hit manage on this actually. I'm going to hit view ticketed event, or like view form or view event or whatever it would be. And then one of the really important things is we have this down here. It says opt in to mobile messages. We want to make sure this box is automatically checked. And the page wrapper sometimes handles it, but sometimes it doesn't. And so I go up to the URL bar and I alter it. Get rid of that extra slash, although I don't think it really matters. And here's what I'm typing. It's mobile underscore group underscore subscription = true. I highlight all of it, I copy it, I hit enter to test and make sure that it still works. Because if you type that wrong, then the link won't work. Always test your links. So that's called a query parameter. The first one, you start with a question mark, and then there are other things that you can add. And each one you use an ampersand to add those on. So another one that we're going to add on here is a source. And so you can do these at the same time, or you can test them one at a time as you go. So I'm going to add and source equals email, which is kind of generic and allows us to search for things. So what that means is that if somebody clicks the link in the email and then signs up for this event, that we will know that they found this event through an email blast. And that's helpful for us to know how to best find people. So again, highlighting, copying, entering, testing. I can scroll down. Oh, that box wasn't checked. So maybe I did do something wrong. Hang on. It's mobile subscription group = true. So I did screw up. It's mobile underscore subscription group = true. See, this is why we test.
So mobile underscore subscription underscore group
equals true. Correct. Thank you. Yes. So that did work. The box is checked. So we have that link. I copied it. I'm going to just extra copy it just to make sure. We're going to go back to this email. And so we're going to put this URL into for our button, right? And we can see it visually with our eyes because we got lots of width here to see it. And we can hit insert. Now I had made this one bold, which you can do. You can just highlight the text in there and hit bold. Normally I don't, but I felt like it this time. So I'm actually just going to edit this one that I already have and update the URL there. But yeah, so making sure we have the right formatting is important. Okay, so now let's go back to this email blast. More information below, attached and at respectnovoters.org. So I had changed that to more information below. Oh, I guess
I changed that. We're keeping it like that.
We're keeping it like this. More information below. Onwards, Benjamin Singer. He likes Onwards, which is totally fine. I like to. Different people have different sign-offs. Yeah, I like Sincerely, which is a very unique
Gratefully.
one. Yeah.
Warmest regards.
Yes, I know a lot of forest hippies who like to say in solidarity. Yeah. Very, very DSA vibes. Not for me. Okay. And then, all right. So formatting this was kind of a pain. Normally you wouldn't have to get so fancy. I even changed the font and everything. I did all of this, and you don't have to know how to do this. It's okay. If you want to get fancy, just contact me and I will help you. But I hit this HTML up here, and I was literally editing the code in order to have really fine control of all of this. Again, you don't need to know how to do that. You can ask me for help. What time is it? Okay, I gotta make sure I open up that Zoom call at 4. So, let's check and see. You're invited at an afternoon in Columbia. Oops. An afternoon in. Wait, hang on. I always forget CLOUMBIA.
Like the school, not the country.
We'll keep benefiting Respect Missouri voters, featuring Crystal Quaid. They want to take Senator Bob Johnson off this one, or maybe he won't be there. I don't know. RSVP to Claire at beheard.org or beheardmo.org. Now this is an interesting one because this is a hyperlink, and I want to show this. And you can Google how to do this, but this is if you want to make an email address like hyperlink where it opens an email.
Mhm.
So it's mail to colon and then the email address. There's no spaces or other, or underscores or anything. Mail to, MAILTO colon, and then the email address. And that one, I do not check open link in new tab. That would be my general advice.
Wait, why not open link in new tab?
So because it's not because like if you're in Gmail and you click that, Gmail's smart enough to like not delete the thing you're looking at. It just starts a new email in front of you.
Okay.
Right, because the idea is that this is in right. Whereas like if it's in a new tab, then it might open a new blank tab and then try to go back into Gmail, and it takes forever to load.
Got it.
So it's because it's an email that I'm not doing that. If this was maybe on the website,
Then I want to be opening links to new tabs.
Specifically for emailing.
Then no.
Actually, I still probably would because I want them to keep the website open. Yeah. So it's because it's an in email that mail to. I am not opening the link in new tab. But if it was on like a website, I probably would check that box.
Got it. I get it.
Cool. Or by using this button. So yeah, definitely don't use this tiny URL stuff. They just did that because they were in a pinch, and that's totally okay. I have to edit this link. I'm going to make sure I grab the right one. So I have this one, Columbia benefiting respect Missouri voters. Copy that. Update this button. Boom.
Nice.
Okay, and now these images are probably wrong.
Yep.
So I need to get the correct images. So the way that I got these images before is I like just copied all this stuff and I pasted it in and it just kind of worked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy a little bit more than that. I'm going to go into this email. This is like normally you wouldn't need to do any of this. I'm just going crazy here because
You're giving us the best example of this. An event with all of these different little things
it's
to finagle.
going crazy. So what I'm going to do here, and this is crazy, and again, ask me for help. I'm actually going to go into the HTML, and I'm going to find the links to these images that have now been created, that Action Network created for me. And I'm going to go down into this code, because I spent all this time like making like a table so it would format properly. And here's the first one. Source here. Paste that. And then the second one. Here's the other one. Because I also hyperlinked them. Scroll down, down, down. Okay. Here's the other one. Yes, actually, I think Action Network managed to find the link to the image through Google, but you don't have to worry about that. It will actually like embed the image before it sends out the email. It's not going to be drawing from that link. Okay, and then should be able to delete all of this. Click HTML to bring this back. And now we can see June 28th and this. Now the links, these are also clickable and the links are wrong. So I need to fix that. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to grab my link from where I know it's good. Here. Boom. And same with this other one. It's two separate images technically. Let's replace those. While I've got the link, I'm also going to edit this final button that I know is there. Okay, I'm going to go back to our reference sheet. We've got the red text, the dark blue here, the black text. These are not going to be any different. I don't think, none of this is different. And I think that's probably good. Oh, damn it. Hang on, I have to open up the Zoom call. Hi, Teresa. Sorry, I will open up the Zoom call right now. Are you there? Can you hear me? Teresa? Teresa? Oh, okay. All right, here she comes, and I'm gonna make her the host. Okay, I'm making you the host.
Thank you.
Yep.
No worries.
Okay, back to us. So, all right, we're gonna send us. You can send yourself a test. I'm actually gonna send a handful of us a test. I created a Google group because I'm special and I get to control things and make things really efficient. Oh, it's Queens at respectvoters.org. Cool. So while that's sending,
Hello.
oh, I need to
Good
mute
afternoon.
y'all.
Yes,
Okay.
just got it.
So how's it looking?
Good.
Sweet.
Nice.
Okay, so next up is targeting. So again, definitely like ask somebody to help you with this if you're not familiar with targeting, or just like look it over. Like you can take a first whack at it. But yeah, Kate Catania and I are probably the best people to review it, and it shouldn't take us long. So the first thing I'll say is like generally we want to restrict everything to within this query called RV newsletter targeting. Like generally you should never be emailing anybody who's outside of that list. And the way that this targeting works is like you see this and statement there. So it's checking for people who are like in this and in this. And there's not a lot of ors. So ors are only like if you have multiple tags, and they could have any of those tags, which is not a lot of control. You could hypothetically switch into query mode, and then it gives you more control over your ands and ors. If that didn't make any sense to you, that's okay. Ask for help. Please ask for help. You cannot, now what they want is within 50 miles of the event. You can do within 50 miles of an event campaign, but not within 50 miles of a specific, oh wait, this event's not in an event campaign. But you could, oh yeah, no, only the event campaigns, not actual individual events. So we have to do it within the zip code. Now that's the wrong zip code, so we're gonna go back and grab that. So our audience is those within 50 miles radius of the event, which in this case, we're just gonna use the zip code that the event is taking place in, 65201. And there's like all sorts of stuff we can sort by. So like our onboarding ladder, which I walked through with you yesterday, we have kind of 4 main steps of that based on how far along they are. We have, and those each have like an associated tag. So we have joined. That's like they've just done our simple join form. It's not a huge commitment. We have volunteered, which means that they've taken our volunteer survey, which is more extensive. We have onboarding, which means that they've scheduled an onboarding call or scheduled to join one of our group onboarding calls. And then we have onboarded, which means that they've completed their onboarding call as well as like picked departments that they're interested in and like hopefully are like on Mighty Networks or like have a pretty good idea. And so with certain things, like that level of engagement is helpful to decide like who you're targeting. So for example, we sent out an email for like setting your peer-to-peer page, and we restricted it just to people who had the tag volunteered because, you know, it's just a little bit of a narrower audience and it's focused on people who've like done a little bit more than just fill out the join form. So that's for example something to keep in mind. But there's all sorts of options here, and you can exclude stuff. You can exclude people who've had certain emails or have certain tags or custom fields. There's a lot of options here. The fundraising is sketch because most of our donations are not coming in through Action Network, and it's only checking for donations through Action Network. So just keep that in mind if you're ever filtering by that. Okay. So that's it for our targeting on this. We're trying to invite everyone, which isn't going to be that many. So save, preview, and send. And so we get a little preview of it here. And then we scroll down and we see this says calculating. This takes about 30 seconds to a minute. and when it's done calculating, the page will refresh on its own, right here, once this email finishes calculating.
So we're not sending this right now.
No, I know.
Okay.
Once this email finishes calculating, you'll be able to send it. The page will automatically refresh when it's ready. And when it does, then you'll be able to schedule it. You'll be able to send it. You can just save the draft if you're like, we're not even ready to schedule it yet. So look at all this that just came up. There is an automate testing thing. We haven't explored that a ton yet. So that would be if we were doing like what are called A/B tests with multiple subject lines or multiple senders that we're trying. Another thing to look out for here is the number of activists.
Wow.
You should think about the ballpark. 50 miles is a lot of miles.
Yeah, this is true.
And this is what, in Columbia? So this is like including Jefferson City. So this is like including 2 cities. So 813 is
that makes sense.
It's a number that makes sense for this. That's just like a sanity check that you should always do. Because I had a thing the other day. I had the targeting set right, but for whatever reason, it was like targeting like 5,000 people when it needed to be targeting 60. And so I'm really glad I didn't send that, and I found a different way to target it, which was really weird. I won't get into the details of it. So this is a good sanity check, and I know if you're like new and you don't know how many people we have, that can be like hard to wrap your head around. I'll say this RV newsletter targeting right now on June 18th, 2025, we're approaching 9,000 people being targeted by this. Every time somebody joins, they become part of that or whatever. That number is going to keep going up, but that's like the whole state basically. We have a lot more people than that in the system, but like there's reasons we don't want to just email them out of the blue with this random stuff. We're approaching them in a different way. Again, just please generally try to restrict to this. If you use the joined tag or the volunteer tag, that should cover this. Okay. So time to schedule this email. So when are we trying to send this?
We're actually, so that language hasn't been approved yet, so that's we can't really do that.
Okay, so we're not gonna actually follow through. But there's a send by time zone. Oh, not send by time zone. Don't bother with that.
That's silly.
That's like if you're doing a national send and you want it to arrive at 9 a.m. regardless of where you are in the country or something. So send at a specific time, and notice here, this is really important, it says U.S. Eastern. And so you have to do the calculation. We're in Central Time. So if you want this to send at 8 a.m. Central, then you would have to plug in 9 a.m. Eastern. So if I were to say the 19th at 9 a.m., it would actually send at 8 a.m. Central.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, you should check this box that says refresh targeting before send. So what that does is it's just updates in case anybody else, we get somebody new who's around in this, by this targeting. This number could go up. It could also go down, potentially, depending on what your everything is. And then you would hit confirm and schedule. Obviously, we're not going to right now. But now we can, no matter what, we can hit save draft. So, yeah. And so we'll now be able to, we go to Respect Missouri Voters, and we go to emails. We can see this draft here, June 28 with Crystal Quaid in Columbia by Sass.
Awesome.
Cool. And then we also need to do mobile messages, right?
Yes.
Great. So I'm going to intro that again. Oh, Tony's here. Hi, Tony.
Hi, I'm just picking up my water bottle.
Cool. I'm recording.
Who's that was? I was like, I'm getting candy for Juneteenth parade tomorrow.
Candy?
Here, kids don't care who you are.
No.
People are like, what are you doing in our parade? Really good. Say,
I'm
kids
getting-
don't care who's in the parade.
They
just
want
get
candy.
them.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Hello.
And exciting things to see.
Yes. I like that
We're gonna be candy.
this conversation you and I just had was recorded. I'm so excited to share
I'm
it.
so sorry. I need to step away.
Okay.
We can do mobile messages another time.
Okay, another time. You got it.